What's up, everyone? Shakiel Mahjouri here for CBS Sports, and you know who this is. He is the UFC's number 8 ranked flyweight contender, fighting Brandon Moreno in the main event of UFC Mexico City on Saturday. Will he finally admit that he's Bedtime MMA? I don't know, but I will ask him. Steve Erceg, how's it going, bro?
Yeah, good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. It's always nice to catch up. How long have you been in Mexico City now, acclimating to the elevation there?
Yeah, just over 3 weeks.
How has it been living in Mexico City for almost a month at this point?
Yeah, I mean it's good. The people are friendly. The city seems honestly where we were staying, there was some really nice shops and that sort of thing, like a very upper class and
Hmm.
no, it's a good atmosphere. It's flown by.
Okay, I like to hear that. Now, we see this happen so much with fighters maybe coming in unprepared, fighting at elevation. You've had a few weeks to acclimate, but when you first got here and you first started training under those conditions, were you actually like able to sort of feel the significance of fighting at this altitude?
Um, Honestly, I noticed it mostly going up and down the stairs. Yeah, as weird as that sounds. I guess I expect to get tired when I'm training, and I got held back. So the first week, I got told not to train hard at all, which was very
Mm.
difficult. Obviously, with somebody like Brandon in front of you, not training super hard is going to be a tough thing mentally. But yeah, by the second week, we were training hard again, and I felt good. But now that I look back at how I feel now compared to then, it's obvious that there was some benefits of being here super early.
What was the mindset behind telling you to reel it in this time relative to maybe how you're more used to training ahead of other fights?
Yeah, so apparently, due to the altitude, if you go too hard too quick, you can put yourself into a bit of a hole where you can't replenish the
Mm,
oxygen in your blood and all that sort of stuff fast enough, and it can be hard to bounce back from that. So got told to just
interesting.
relax.
Okay. Now, I know that pro wrestling sort of played a role in introducing you to MMA. I don't know how much you keep up with it these days, but did you see John Cena's heel turn? Are you for a bad guy, John Cena? Did he break your heart?
I didn't see it, but I'm always for a heel turn.
Yes.
Always.
This is 22 years since he last played a bad guy. He's just like
Yeah,
he's
okay.
like shitting on kids in the crowd now and posting their pictures online. Like,
But to be fair, those kids probably had it coming. I mean,
they absolutely had it coming. Let's talk about the fight a little bit. When you look at Brandon Moreno, what are, as to the degree that you're willing to share, what are sort of some of the keys for victory for you, and where do you have to be most mindful of the threats that he possesses?
yeah, I think mostly just managing the range well. Like he does his best work in the mid range, whereas I would do most of my best work a little bit further away. So trying to stay, yeah, at the edge of my range, make him come to me or like into my space. And if he does a really good job and forces us too close, well, then I want to be all the way in and like into clinching and that sort of range. I don't want to be stuck in his mid range because that's where he does, I feel, his best work.
Should you beat Brandon, you're a nice guy. Are you going to feel at all even a little bit bad about the fact that you're going to have Brandon Moreno going 0 and 4, well, technically 0-3 and 1 when fighting in the UFC in Mexico?
Not at all. I couldn't care less.
Fair enough. Brandon's such a nice guy, though. How can
He's
you
a
be this
very
to him?
nice guy. I have nothing against him, but it's me or him. That's it.
Fair enough. Steve Erceg, what is the best song off the Disney's Hercules soundtrack?
Um, oh, that is a tough one. It has to be the love song between him and Meg when they're at the garden. That's pretty good.
You're a sappy guy, Steve Erceg.
Yeah.
There we go.
Lover and a
Uh,
fighter.
yes, hopeless romantic Steve Erceg here. Okay, let's. I'm sure you've been asked about this in various iterations. Um, Coming off first consecutive losses in your career, first knockout loss. I'm sure you're in a good headspace now, but coming out of that Kai Kara France fight, how are you feeling? What sort of questions or epiphanies were you having?
I mean, obviously losing sucks. But I mean, I'm fighting. sometimes things don't go your way. I looked at it objectively or as much as I could, and I felt good and I felt pretty good, honestly, until he got me. So there's defensive things I'm working on, and ways to deal with people who blitz better. But no, I mean, I got, I can't complain. I'm fighting the best people in the world, and sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That's all character building, I think.
I like that. What would you say was sort of the biggest character lesson learned then heading into this fight? Or in what ways has it sort of shaped your character most?
Uh, I think I don't know. I think it just makes me like I realized that despite I was obviously on a very big high going into the Pantoja fight, and even after losing that fight, like, oh, some people are like, oh, you should, we thought you won, and blah. So you're feeling pretty good, and then you go in your next fight and you lose again. Like to know that I'm not going to be the guy that gets all depressed, and I can build up and keep improving through those things, I think is important.
I'm
An
happy to
important
hear.
lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last thing on this, then. I do remember talking to you ahead of the Pantoja fight, and if I recall correctly, you admitted, like, in a perfect world, this wouldn't be the severe escalation that I would have had from UFC debut to title fight. So I must ask now, having sort of been fast tracked to the title shot, coming off the Kai Kara France loss, and now finding Brandon Moreno, multi-time former champion, is all this a little too much too soon? Are you not being put in a position to, you know, slowly dial up as your skills and your experience in the octagon match up?
Um, Honestly, I couldn't have asked for anything more. I mean, I getting all these cool experiences. Yes, I've had to take losses. Maybe if I was brought up slower, maybe I wouldn't have taken those losses. But as I said before, like I'm going to learn a lot more about myself, and I think I'm mentally strong enough to deal with those losses and come back a better fighter and a better person. So, I'm getting all these cool experiences pretty quick, and I'm thankful for them.
Is there one experience that stands out most as like most memorable, or what is my life right now?
Um, Biggest one. Honestly, the press conference in Perth was pretty cool. Like just sitting out there. I hadn't done a press conference before. Sitting out there and seeing the crowd and being next to Izzy and Dricus talking crap to each other. It was pretty cool.
Is it who do you think won the smack talk that round between Izzy and Dricus?
I think unfortunately Dricus had some pretty good lines. I was like all Izzy, like let's go Izzy, and then Dricus would say something like, "Oh, that's pretty good, damn
Bro,
it."
it's like his fight style. Like you don't expect you're gonna get that from him, and he always
Yeah.
kind of surprises you. He's sharper than he lets on sometimes, I feel.
Yes. I don't know if
Uh,
he prepares them or just off the cuff, but either way, some of his lines are pretty good.
I distinctly remember this because it got a lot of views. The short did, but I was talking to Dricus about his style, and he says something to the effect of, I see all these analysts talking about the intricacies of my inside footwork and outside footwork. It's like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Do you believe DDP that he does not know what he's doing?
I
At least
100% agree that he doesn't know what he's doing. I think he's going out there and swinging, and he's very tough and he finds a way to win.
it works. Hey, if it works, it works. But ain't broke,
That's
don't
it.
fix it. Okay, as we wrap up here, just a couple random ones for you. First, who is your main in League of Legends?
It used to be Warwick, but I guess I'm playing more Garen.
Are you still playing
Yeah.
actively?
I honestly hadn't played in over a year, and I was sitting around in Mexico doing nothing. I was like,
Yeah.
"Screw it, let's play some leagues." I've been playing some league while I'm here.
Okay. Have was there a bit of ring rust to shake off here, or were you able to dive right back into it?
So luckily, I wasn't playing on my normal account. I started a new account for the NA server, and everybody sucks in the new account, so I'm going pretty well.
Okay, good. Little do they know, they're
Yes.
getting their ass whipped by Steve Erceg. Last one. I asked you this last time. I led with it this time. Are we here yet? Do you trust me enough to, on this platform, admit that you are in fact MMA YouTube analyst, Bedtime MMA?
I unfortunately I signed a non-disclosure agreement. I can't. I can't disclose this information.
Good. Best bet. Best bet. Steve, I want to let you have the last word. So very quickly for me, guys, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe, tap the bell, thumbs up. Give us your official prediction. Brandon Moreno, Steve Erceg, UFC Mexico City on Saturday. Steve will try to do his best to Brandon, what Sean Brady did to Leon Edwards, and send the crowd home disappointed. Steve, if there's anything you want to tell the people, the floor is yours, man.
No, just thank you, and yeah, everybody watching, it's gonna be a fun one.